I was expecting you to say hello back. Let's give it another whirl. Hello. There we go. Much better. Achoo. You're supposed to say bless you. Achoo. Thank you? Sorry, I have a cold. No, it's not COVID. Settle down, people. Welcome, everyone. Who is excited to be here? Make some noise. Are you kidding me? That was abysmal. It's like you've never interacted with a sentient life form before. Okay, let's try this instead. Make a noise. Really, any noise. Okay, that's gross. Real mature, Chris. So we only have a few minutes together, so let's have some fun. Does anyone have an inanimate flying disc, also known as a frisbee? No? This is awkward. Okay, if you have a phone, grab it and turn on your flashlight. Or if you're that weird kid who always brings a flashlight to church, this is your moment. I'm going to list off a few things. If you agree, raise your light in the air for all to see. Let's try it. Ready? Raise your light if you like waffles. Great. Not really sure why that wasn't 100% participation. Waffles are incredible. Lego my ego. Seriously, who doesn't like waffles? Okay, let's try this again. Raise your light if you made a New Year's resolution. Raise your light if you didn't make a New Year's resolution. Raise your light if you already failed your New Year's resolution. Wow. Okay, it hasn't even been that long. Don't give up. I mean, don't give up again. You already gave up. Raise your light if you're excited about a new year full of new possibilities. Like it's possible that the lockdown will continue and we'll descend into a dystopian police state and all have to get chips implanted in us and work in mines harvesting valuable minerals used to make smartphones for a rich upper class of cyborgs. Wow, okay, that took a turn. Let's lighten it up a bit. Get it? Lighten it up. Because we're raising our lights to answer questions? Ahem. Anyways, raise your light if you like pizza more than tacos. Raise your light if you like tacos more than pizza. Raise your light if you play a sport. Raise your light if you think watching Netflix is a sport. Coke? Or Pepsi? Facebook? Or Instagram? Joke's on you, it's the same thing now. Wave your light if you like TikTok. Okay, some of you immediately did a dance. We get it, you've got moves. Lightning round. What type of Cheetos are the best? Original. Puffy. Anything flamin' hot. Our hint of lime chips amazing. Or from the pits of hell. Which video game console is the best? Xbox. PS5. Okay, I hear you. Nintendo Switch. Okay. PC. Who do you love more? Mom or dad? Mom. Dad. Neither. Whoa, so much angst in your heart, young one. Will this be the year you find love? Yes? No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I'm in love with a man. His name is Jesus. Will you grow more this year in your faith than last year? The first few months of a new year are critical to start something new or begin a new habit that will last far beyond a resolution. So open up your Bible this year. Genesis is awesome. Exodus is pretty cool. Leviticus takes a turn. Skip it. Actually, skip a few if you have to, but the point is keep going. You can do it. It'll change this year and change your heart. Both are good things. I hope you have an awesome year. Hey, it can't be worse than this last one. May your year be filled with a little less Zoom, a lot more flamin' hot Cheetos, plenty of video games and waffles. Lots of waffles. And maybe a little spiritual growth, too. Some new habits. And a deeper heart for Jesus. From all of us at Apple and the Citadel Research Project of the FBI who is listening to every conversation you have. We hope you have a happy new year. Achoo.
All right, welcome guys to tonight the show for the Rock Youth Ministry. Siri and I were assigned the job of warming up the crowd, and you guys look ice cold, so I'm going to start us off with a little low-effort comedy, all right? Hey guys, since we're here at Brentwood, you're ahead of the curve, Kason. We're here at Brentwood Christian School, and that reminds me, my teachers, they told me I never amount to much because I procrastinate so much. I told them, just you guys wait. Okay. They get worse. I'm reading a book right now about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. You guys know my wife, Megan? She told me, stop impersonating a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. Does anybody need an arc? I know a guy. All right, tough crowd. Finally, though, to the guy in the wheelchair who took my hat wherever you are, you can hide, but you can't run. Yeah, it gets dark there at the end, doesn't it? All right, believe it or not, this is not really the Tonight Show. It is Tonight, the show. But it is fun to get out here and do something a little bit different to start the year. So for this to work and to be as awesome and as fun as James has planned, I need you guys to play along, which means we got to practice before he comes out, okay? So I'm going to count to 3, and on 3, I want everybody to practice laughing as if James just said a joke that was kind of funny, but not the funniest, like all the ones I just did. But you don't want to make him feel bad, okay? Got it? 1, 2, 3. Way to support him, guys. Quality stuff, yeah. All right, let's try this. On 3, I want everybody to practice laughing as if James had just said the funniest joke you've ever heard in your entire life. 1, 2, 3. Y'all need to get out more. All right. So, I think we're ready to go. Here in just a minute, I am going to bring James in. At the end, when I say the words, welcome to the show, James Henley, I need everybody to applaud and scream as if you got on a flight, flew to LA or New York to see the taping of your favorite show. You guys got it? Are you ready? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tonight the Show with James Henley. Tonight we're going to be playing Whisper Challenge and True Confessions. Special guest, law school grad and former student of the Rock Youth Ministry, Riley Alcozer. And as always, joining James is those worship team singers. So put your hands together and welcome to the show, James Henley!
Thanks, man. Great job warming up the crowd with those jokes. If you thought those were bad, it only gets worse from here. Man, did you guys see today the Houston Rockets traded James Harden to the New Jersey Nets? Did anybody see that? Oh, man. So, 4-team trade, crazy thing. Now the Nets have James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Nobody knows who the other 2 starters are going to be. It doesn't really matter. They can't get a shot off with the rest of those guys on the court anyway. So, it is what it is. Having that much talent in one starting lineup really should be illegal, but we all know the truth that everything's legal in New Jersey, right? No Hamilton fans a little bit? Yeah. So we thought 2020 was bad, and then we got to the end, and it got even worse, right? There was this moment where I didn't know it was coming, but it still happened anyway, and it was terrible, and it was awful, and Netflix took The Office off, and it was so sad. It was so sad. Now, you can only watch it if you buy it, or if you subscribe to Peacock. And in fact, if you go to Peacock's website and you look at their pricing tiers, their pricing is all dependent on how much Office you watch. Literally, go check it out at some point. That's all they're doing. They just want your money, people. And guess what? we're probably going to give it to them in some way, shape, or form. Am I right? No? Okay, good. On Monday night of this past week, Alabama beat Ohio State to win the college football national championship. Any Alabama fans? That's right, because who wants to like Alabama? They've won 4 national championships, though, in the last 8 years. 4 national championships in the last 8 years. There hasn't been that much domination since the Coyote and the Roadrunner, right? Like, it's just unbelievable how much Alabama has won. 4 in 8 years. That's like best family level math, right? Like, it is unbelievable. So, I hope that you are ready to hang out and have some fun, because they had 4 kids in like 8 years or less than this. 5 years, look at that. See? Even better. If you have to explain it, it's not funny. Hey, we've got a lot of fun things for you tonight. A lot of funny things. We got a great commercial from my friend Sam Benton. I'm excited about that. We got some games that we're going to play. And tonight we're going to get going. And we're going to play a game that was made popular by a really popular YouTuber, a guy that you may have heard of before named PewDiePie. Now, I know none of you watch his channel because that would just be wrong probably, right? No, but he does this thing called Meme Review. And so tonight we're going to do a little bit of meme. Yes! All right, so we're going to do Meme Review. Now, what that means is we're going to throw some memes up on the screen. Tim and I are going to talk about them and rate them, and we need your reaction a little bit too. And when it's time to go on to the next meme, we need you to help us out, all right? So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, next meme, all right? Can you do it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, next meme. All right, so I think we've got it. Michelle, are we ready? All right, meme review tonight. Yes, there he is, DiCaprio, toasting to us because he's so excited. All right, first meme tonight, Tim. What do we got, man? Thinking about potatoes.
Don't have a lot of this one, so let's just say, aren't they called memes?
Aren't they called what?
Memes. Meme. All right.
Memes?
Memes.
Oh, boy. Think about, that guy looks like, anybody watch Lost? It looks like Hurley from Lost. No? And I don't know what he's thinking about as far as the potatoes go, but probably waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. Yeah. I don't know. I give it like a 4 out of 10. What do you think?
I give him a 1. 1 out of 10.
1.
It gets better.
Ooh, rough.
Do better.
All right, on count of 3, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, next meme. Let's go. When I confidently quote the wrong scripture. That poor guy didn't have a chance, did he?
He didn't. I'm not sure what's going on with his eyes.
I don't know either. Poor
Don't
guy.
worry about the poor man.
Have you been to a monument or something you tried to do the same thing?
Oh yeah, we pick up the ball at Epcot every time. It never looks quite right.
No, I tried to do it at the Eiffel Tower. I went like this, and it was not good. Okay, I don't know. I like this one. I'd say like 8 out of 10. What do you think?
We get an 8.
8 out of 10. What's your number? Say it. Not 8, apparently. All right, let's do the next one. 1, 2, 3, next meme. Atheist, honking at me because the light turned green. Me with a honk if you love Jesus bumper sticker.
I am all for tricking people into saving their eternal souls.
Bait and switch, doesn't matter. We're good with it. Anything with a Dwight face like that, I'm for. What do you give it, Tim?
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because of the shrew.
10 out of 10. Wow, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. What do you guys think? 9. Couple of you. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Next meme. When a stranger talks to me about Jesus, I know him. Buddy the Elf is one of my favorites, man. I don't know. I think I'm going to give it a 9 myself personally because Buddy the Elf.
Buddy gets a 9.
Buddy
Definitely.
gets a 9. What do you think? Matt says 10 in the back. 7. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever actually reacted to someone like that if they talk to you about Jesus? Like, hey, do you know Jesus? Is your reaction, I know him, or that good? Mine's not that good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, next meme. A youth pastor somewhere. In the garden, Satan was the imposter, but there is another among us. He is the Emmanuel, God with us. This is the way. Dabs. You guys are welcome that I don't do that stuff. You're welcome. Instead, I just tell really terrible jokes. All right. I don't know.
I'm going to go low on this. I'm going to read the room and give it a 3.
Yeah, I say 2. Anybody else? -3, Darren says. All right, let's go on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, next meme. When the youth pastor tries to come up with something to excite the students, and only have like $3.50, so it's hard. I wish I had hair like that. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah, it hurts right here a lot. Yeah, we spend more than $3.50 on things, so I don't know. This is not accurate.
Do we need to have a budget meeting, or?
No, I just keep spending money till the church tells me to stop. It's my strategy.
That is the way.
Yeah. All right. I give it a 3. It's not the best.
Go 3. That
All right.
works.
Anybody else? 350. That is correct, Matt. Let's go to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Next meme. Lack of proofreading can change the direction of your church fast. Yeah, that's an issue right there.
If only it was that easy to avoid sin.
Idle hands make one. Yeah, if you're Satanizing your hands, that's probably. Eesh. All right, I like this one. I'm a big fan of this meme. I give it a 9.
I'm going to go a solid 8 on this.
Anybody else? Did someone just hiss like the devil? I don't know. Okay, here we go. We got to be getting close to the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Next meme. When God flooded the earth, but all the sea creatures were happy because they had so much more room to move around. Look at that guy. It is funny. I'm down. Tim, what do you think? Has anybody ever gone to one of those places where you pet the stingray?
I don't think so.
What is it? Austin Aquarium. Anybody been to Austin Aquarium? They have you do that in the tank. That's my daughter's favorite part of it, and I hate it. I'm like, I don't want to touch that thing. It killed Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, man.
I was going to say, this was going to be a 10, but it's a 5 because of poor Steve.
I'll give it a 6. Anybody else? All right. I think we got one more. 1, 2, 3. Next meme. My righteousness apart from Christ, Christ's righteousness in me. Any Office fans? There's Soul Stanley. Oh, man. We could start the whole is Michael Jordan the greatest ever debate. The answer is yes, children. Yeah, who's better, LeBron? Don't even start to me. How many finals has LeBron lost?
It's definitely top 5, MJ.
Top 5, who's better? Will Chamberlain, that's not even, no, come on, man.
So Tim Duncan
Matt.
first, that's good.
Tim Duncan, oh boy.
Then the
I love
Admiral
this bird.
second, Sean Elliott.
Sean Elliott better than Michael Jordan. I can't believe we're friends, Tim. All right, I give this a solid 7. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go 9.
Anybody else? Didn't think so. And that is Meme Review. Thank you guys for hanging out and doing Meme Review. Hey, just like the real show, we got to cut to commercial. So, Michelle, give us the commercial.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm actor, comedian, artist, musician, master chef, decorated war hero, world record holder in the Guinness Book of World Records, professional foosball player, and CEO of the Moon, Sam Vinton. I used to suffer from extreme boredom, but not anymore, thanks to this new show I found. Allow me to introduce you to James Henley, the host of Tonight, the show. James?
Hey guys, what's up? My name is James. I'm the youth minister at Brentwood Oaks. And let me tell you, I am so excited.
That's great, James. Anyways, like I was saying, I really had a hard time finding something to do instead of homework, or anything else that's important. But now, I can procrastinate on every homework assignment with ease by watching Tonight, the show. All I have to do is turn on the TV, and all my worries disappear. That is, until class the next day. But who cares? So put your pencil down, throw your calculator in the trash, and feed your homework to your dog or crazy sibling, and sit down to a relaxing episode of Tonight, the Show, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'll see you there.
Sam is the best, man. I asked him to make a commercial for Summit Groups, and that's what he came up with. But it was way better than what I had in mind. So, thank you, Sam. I'm so glad that you made that for us. Don't forget that we do something like this every Wednesday night. So, make sure you hang out with us. All right, tonight we are going to play a game to get started here. We're going to play a game called Whisper Challenge. All right.
Whisper Challenge.
There it is. All right, so I asked two people if they would come and play this game in advance so they would know. So Kennedy and Atticus, if y'all will come on down. Give it up. Okay. Atticus, come on over here. I have cards marked for either of you. So here's what we're going to do. We COVIDized this and put up plexiglass so that you could take off your mask, because Whisper Challenge without being able to see someone's lips is just stupid. All right? We'll start with Kennedy. And so that means that, Atticus, you're going to put on your headphones. You're going to jam out, crank it up so that you can't hear anything. And what are you going to be listening to tonight?
That's a very good question. Whatever my phone brings up.
Whatever the phone brings up. Going rando. I like it. All right. So go ahead and crank some tunes. Kennedy, if you want to lower your mask, pick up the first card. Let's wait till he gets it going. What you got, Atticus? Can I hear it over here? Can you hear me? Do you know what I'm saying?
I can hear something, but I'm not sure what.
Perfect.
What?
All right.
Good.
All right, Kennedy.
This is the way.
What? Wait.
This is the way.
31?
This is the way. This is the way.
This is the way?
Nice. Mandalorian, all right? I like it.
Do
All
that
right,
song?
go number 2.
Do I take these off?
No, keep going.
Flotsam and jetsam.
What?
Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam.
Watching.
Flotsam and jetsam.
This.
Flotsam and jetsam.
Awesome.
Flotsam and jetsam.
Possum. Possum? No? Okay.
Flotsam. Flotsam. Flotsam and jetsam.
Do it again.
Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam.
Is this all part of the same phrase, or are you just repeating it?
Repeating it.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, okay. No, keep going, yeah.
Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam.
Awesome possum.
Flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam.
Rock Johnson.
Flotsam and jetsam.
Rossum possum.
Flotsam and jetsam.
No.
Flotsam and jetsam. I don't know if this is
I
gonna
don't
work.
think
I don't think
so.
this is gonna work. They don't even sound like words.
Are you still going, or are you talking?
All right. I think we can get Atticus. I think we'll call it. So take off your headphones.
I can take these off?
Yeah, what do you got?
Flotsam and jetsam.
Flotsam and jetsam.
What is that?
Ursula's in.
No, wait, no, I
They were the Little Mermaid. Those little
Ursula's
eels.
eels.
They were
With
Flotsam
the,
and jetsam.
Like yellow
Anybody
eyes.
else?
Each one has a
No?
different eye.
It's an actual phrase too, right? Is somebody smarter than me in this
I
room?
don't
Yes,
know.
it's a bunch of you.
like you.
That's legit. Thank you. Yes.
That was
Lindsay said that's legit. All right, Kennedy, it's your turn to put on the headphones. Atticus, you've got 2 cards in front of you. Let's wait till Kennedy. You got to take down your mask though, so she can
Oh,
see
yeah.
your mouth. Otherwise, this is awkward.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. Let's see. Nobody else knew the phrase flotsam and jetsam, just me? Weird. Okay, me and Lindsay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Lindsay,
ready?
we're friends
Ready?
like that.
Okay.
Go Bison. All right, Kennedy.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Pine trees tall. Tall.
Bargeries tall.
Pine trees tall.
Boundaries tall.
Pine trees tall. Pine trees tall.
Something tall. Is it something tall? Okay.
Pine trees tall. Pine trees.
Bunnies?
Pine trees tall.
Boundaries is what I keep getting. Badgers. Does it start with a B?
Pine trees tall. Pine trees tall. Pine trees tall.
I think we may need to go to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
I don't know. I keep getting B. Boundaries. Boundaries.
Let's go to the next one. Go to the next one, yeah.
You'll love to see it.
Leviosa.
You love to see it.
You love something.
You love to see it.
You love to sing. No, no.
So close.
You love to see it.
You love to
You love to see it.
cheese?
I mean, she's not wrong, but. You love to see it.
You love to see? To
So close.
so close. You love two C's. Two. That's not words.
You love to see it. It.
Tuh. You love Molly?
See it.
See? To see. You love to see?
You love to see it.
You love to see it?
All right. So, do you want to try the first one again?
Try it again.
Do you want to try the first one
I
again?
can. I'm rough.
Or would you rather just know what it is?
There's no shame in giving up. I had to.
Okay.
It'll make me feel better.
Alright, I'll give it. Just
What was it, Atticus?
Pine trees tall.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it.
Pine trees tall, like from the Blue Haven song.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Hey, everybody, give it up for Kennedy and Atticus. Great job. Great job. Well done. Well done. Well, speaking of pine trees tall, I wanted to talk to you about something that I love. Michelle, go ahead and play part of the commercial here. So you remember this, right? The trip to Blue Haven. What a great, that is a lot of bug guts on the window there. Blue Haven, that was a year and a half ago. It does not seem like it's, no, it seems like it's been 10 years. Anyway, we are Going ahead, there's registration that is open right now if you are a returning camper to Blue Haven. The dates are June 13th through the 25th. We are doing the second session again. Let me tell you a couple things. One, if you are a returning camper, you need to register by tomorrow, all right? Register tomorrow at the latest. And if you are someone who is wanting to go to camp with us, go ahead and register at 9 p.m. on the 15th. So that's Friday the 15th. Register at 9 p.m. We have no clue what's going to happen, just like we didn't this last summer. We don't know if Blue Haven will be a thing or not, but we are praying and hoping that God will let that be a thing. And so the good news is you can register and you don't have to pay until later. So if you're even thinking about it at all, you need to go ahead and register for Camp Blue Haven tomorrow at the latest if you're a returning camper, or the next day at 9 p.m. if you are a new camper, someone that didn't camp in 2019. All right? Oh, that's good stuff. So, Michelle, go ahead and put up that slide. It's session 2, June 13th through the 25th. We would leave. Well, we're not sure about a bus yet either. So, if we do a bus, we would leave on the 12th. We're not sure how that's going to go because COVID, and we hate COVID. But we love Blue Haven, and so hopefully we'll have that opportunity this year. Well, we're going to play another game. I've got two people who are going to come and play this game with me. We're going to play a game called True Confessions. So, True Confessions. I don't know if you've seen this on Fallon. I think it's hilarious. Let me welcome my two guests. First with us is one of the summer group leaders for our seniors. He is a really cool guy with really cool hair, and his name is Brandon. Everybody give it up for Brandon. All right. My other guest, my second guest, is a friend of mine that is fantastic. He and I had lots of great talks about road signs on a trip this last year. He is the father of all 4 of those best children in 5 years. Pretty incredible. His name is Clint Best. Welcome, Clint. Come on down, Clint. All right, so I don't know if you guys know how to play True Confessions, but it's basically two truths and a lie, but there's only one truth and one lie. And so we've all submitted things beforehand. We have 2 different envelopes, and one envelope contains the truth, and the other envelope contains the lie. So we're going to take turns. We'll pick one of these and read it, and then the other 2 of us will have 60 seconds to ask questions in order to figure out which is the truth, if it's true or if it's the lie. Make sense? Everybody good?
10-4.
Awesome. So,
I'm
Clint,
sweating.
why don't we?
Should I be sweating?
Yeah, I am. I've got 3 shirts on. I'm a sweater. Clint, why don't you go first? Let's pick. What do you think, Brandon? What envelope? 1 or 2?
Age before beauty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. But which envelope of Clint's do you want to pick? 1 or 2?
I go first in both those situations.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Number 2 for you.
All right. Envelope number 2, Clint.
And he's just gonna read it to us.
He's going to read it, and then we have 60 seconds. Michelle will put the timer on the clock, and we will
All right.
ask questions.
Ready?
Right? Oh, ready. Totally.
I have piloted an airplane.
That's it?
I have piloted an airplane.
Is this like a toy airplane? Or
All right,
what is
60
it?
seconds, Michelle. Go ahead. Toy airplane? you said?
Wait, what kind of airplane was it?
Real airplane.
What kind of airplane was it?
It was
real
a Cessna
airplane?
type,
I'm sorry, what?
like a Cessna.
Cessna. Who
Like a
did you fly
four-seater.
in?
My wife was in the, or my future wife was with us.
Really?
That
Who was the guy in charge? Because you didn't have a license.
So there was a pilot. He was next to me. I was next to him. I could fly the plane.
What color was the plane?
It was white with
White?
some,
Okay.
stripes. Yeah.
What was the serial number on the tail? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, this
Where
is
were you
fine.
flying to? Where were you flying? Where were you even flying? Just flying around? Where were you flying?
Just flying around.
Fl-
yeah.
flying around?
Flying around. Where
Flying
did you
around.
leave
We
from?
happened to leave the airport from Abilene, and we flew around.
Do they have an
top of
airport in Abilene?
Yeah, they
Okay. Just checking.
And then landed again.
And you landed in a pasture? Where did you land this
No,
plane?
back in
It's pretty much a pasture. Okay. It's a pasture. All right, time's up. So, Brandon, what are you thinking? Is this true or is it not true?
I'm feeling like he's pretty confident in this like whole airplane flying thing. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we grilled him pretty good, and he knows like the plane was white, and so that's pretty good.
Which is the indicator that he knows
Right, I mean, he probably knows what he's doing. I vote true.
You're going true.
If you're good at lying, then you're all done.
I'm going to say true also. All right, so Clint, truth or lie?
True.
Yes!
Nice. All right. Well done. All right, Clint, since I put these things in envelopes, why don't you pick one of Brandon's envelopes?
Number 1.
What? No, that's so embarrassing. Okay, let's see.
That's the straight and devil.
What? I'm going to take my mask. Okay, here we go. In high school, I was in a garage band called the Hot Crustacean Band.
The Hot Crustacean Band?
That was our name, yes.
Okay, Michelle, start the clock. What did you play?
I played the bass guitar.
What type of music?
It was like, emo music, when you're like, the girls won't go out with you, and then you're like really sad about that. That was kind of the jam that we jammed, and it was pretty sad.
Do you have a
Thanks
bass?
for bringing it up.
Can you say a bass riff?
Say again?
Like a riff? Can you?
What is that? What do you mean by bass riff?
Could you do that?
So I mainly played the bass chord. So the lead guitar would play C, G, F, or whatever, and I would just play the bass note with that, because I was actually the worst in the band. But it was kind of like my brother and my friend Connor. They kind of let me be in the band, well, because I had cool hair, I think. I don't know why.
All right.
How many songs did y'all put out?
Say again?
How many songs?
We just like jammed from like 8 p.m. to midnight, and I never wrote any songs. We just played like Dashboard Confessional. You know what I'm saying? Death Cab for Cutie. Those are my favorite two that we would cover from.
So is this GarageBand on the MacBook?
I did play that, but I played the drums on that.
An actual garage.
Yeah, it had a purple carpet, and so it was like so.
All right, time's up. So yes, thank you, appreciate it. Clint, what do you think, man?
I don't know. He's got the music vibe going on. He's got the hair that I'm jealous of, and he's got the cool factor.
There we go.
So I mean.
But the Hot Crustacean Band, so that's from Little Mermaid, right?
Yes, it is. We used to have Disney marathons in our garage also, so it was like an homage to the Disney marathons that we used to have.
I'm calling fake. This is the lie.
Really? I'm undecided, so I'll go with you.
I was never in a band. The Hot Crustacean Band? Who would be in a band called the Hot Crustacean Band? That's the worst band name ever.
All right, the Hot Crustacean, dude, but
that was a pretty cool band.
That was a good lie.
Well, I mean,
should we be applauding lies? I don't know. Okay, y'all pick. All right, so one or
Should
two.
I tell my truth though? Like that's really embarrassing, actually.
Well, yeah, here in a minute.
All right, fair enough.
One or two.
Two.
Great.
So far we're good at telling the truth and we're bad at lying.
All right.
Let's see what you can do.
Here we go. I once had a wreck because I was reaching for some cookies.
Dude, that's definitely true. I don't need to ask any questions, obviously. Okay, what kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip, homemade or like,
Yeah, my mom had made them, so I was on this road trip with my friend Ted. We had a friend getting married in Washington, D.C., and so we were in D.C., and we were in traffic.
That's true.
And so I was like, what I really need right now is a chocolate chip cookie. And so I reached down to get it and then bumped into the car in front of me.
So he disclosed a lot of information without us even asking anything. This is like the
he's
worst criminal ever.
That's right. What kind of insurance did you have?
Whatever my parents had, I don't know.
How old were you at the time?
Like 21.
Were you like the best man, or like just kind of like
groomsman.
happened to be? Oh, you were a groomsman.
Yeah.
What kind of car were you driving?
It was a Buick Park Avenue.
What was the bachelor party like?
I don't think we had one.
Because you got in a
We
wreck.
were Harding students here. What are you talking about? All right. So time's up. What do you think?
I'm thinking seems pretty legit.
I would never think that that's false, unless it was like I was reaching for Oreos instead of chocolate chip cookies, which
True.
I say true. I vote true.
Absolutely, it's true. Absolutely, it's true. It's really hard to think of something that's true that I haven't already told the story of in front of people. But yeah, the guy was really mean, but didn't make me, like, we didn't have to call the cops.
When I sent you my two, did you know my truth and my lie just from looking at it?
No, but read your lie, or your truth.
All right, my truth. This is in my better years in college. I had to dye my beard with Just for Men hair dye to make it actually visible. And that's true. It was very blonde, and then I dyed it, and then it turned my skin the color of the dye when I finally shaved, so I continued to have a beard after the fact.
Very nice. All right, give it up to Clint and Brandon. Well done, guys. Well, we are going to spend a couple of minutes here in worship. And so I've asked some people to come and help us lead some songs. So if y'all would be making your way down front. Before we do that, we're going to read scripture together. We've been reading this scripture for the last several months. And it's Philippians Chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. And so while they're coming up to lead, read this with me. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. Let's sing together.
Shout hallelujah,
Shout hallelujah, shout hallelujah unto the Lord. Shout hallelujah, shout hallelujah, shout hallelujah unto the Lord. Sing out loud to God, the people shall before His Well, tonight with us we have a special guest. I've known Riley for a long time. Riley was in our youth group. She was here a long time ago now, probably. No, not that long. I don't know. Something like that. It's the yellow one, Michelle. It's on. Cool. What about now, Riley? Can we hear you? What about now?
Yes.
Yeah! Cool. So, if you don't know Riley actually has two siblings in our youth group, Owen and Easton right now. She also has a younger sister who was in our youth group before. I always call Owen Nubby. Anybody else? Good old Nubs. And Riley, did y'all? No, y'all wouldn't have seen that. That's a long time ago. Riley reminds me, she's like one of the smartest people I've ever met. She's like obviously. But
No, thank you. That's really nice.
but Riley, thanks for being with us tonight. Mood lighting. Here we go. So tell us kind of how things are going. Give a shout out. Say hey. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Brentwood Oaks Church? Long time no see. I have not been in a church building in so long because of COVID, but I'm really glad that you guys are figuring out how to make that work. That's awesome. I graduated from high school in 2014. I went to college at UT, went to Baylor Law School for a year, and then I just graduated law school at UT Law in May, and so I'm a licensed lawyer now. I still do work with Mount Nebo. I just got married in April. I have 2 little labradoodles that I treat as my 2 children. I don't know what else you want to know about what I've been up to.
That's a whole lot of stuff, so let's talk about a lot of that stuff. Also, is there a chance we can see those dogs tonight? Anybody else?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, Max, come here. Here.
I just wanted to see the dogs. How about y'all? Look at that. Aww. Aww. What are your dogs' names?
This is Margot. Margot, Casey, hi. Casey, hi. And then Ellie, almost up for me.
Hi, Marco. Hi, Ellie. Well, so you talked about a whole lot. Hey, there's your husband. Hey, Seth.
My husband in the background. Yeah, here's Ellie. Oh, lots of
Aw, sweet puppies. All right, so you said a whole lot of stuff, so let's talk about it for a minute. You are a lawyer now? Like legit?
I am.
Like
legit.
if
Licensed
I got arrested,
state of
you would-
Texas. If you got arrested, I could maybe get you out of jail, but I'm not a criminal lawyer, so maybe not.
Okay, so what type of law are you wanting to practice, and kind of where are you going with that?
Yeah, so I have changed my mind a lot since I decided I wanted to be a lawyer. I actually just started at a firm doing estate planning and probate work and some probate litigation, which is basically boring to most people, but when you get older and you own a house and you have kids, you need to plan for what happens if something horrible were to happen. So I help draft wills and trusts and all the kind of documents that are necessary to plan for that, which has been really cool. It's like kind of part-time legal work, part-time therapist. I feel like helping people make those decisions.
Awesome. So if anybody here needs a will or power of attorney, we just need to call you.
Yes. I can do
Great.
that.
And if you didn't know what that means, that's okay. I didn't until like a year ago. Okay. And I'm 40. So tell me about, how did your faith impact your decision to become a lawyer? Because a lot of times lawyers there's a lot of negative connotation there.
Yeah.
Not most lawyers are great, right? But how did your faith impact that decision?
I don't think I would be a lawyer if I was not a Christian. I feel like the whole path has just been so challenging. Law school is really hard. Studying for the bar exam in a pandemic was a nightmare. I actually lost the first job that I was supposed to take because of COVID, and felt really discouraged about that and kind of questioned a lot, like, is this my path? Is this my calling? And kind of had to lean on the Lord a lot with figuring out, like, okay, here's the plan I've had since I was sitting in the position that everybody right now watching this is sitting in, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm here and it's not happening the way I thought it would, and I think it's only rubbed my faith that I was able to get back up and say, like, okay, I still think this is what the Lord has for me, and so I'm gonna boldly look for what is meant to be. And I think part of my motivation for being a lawyer is I think that Christians can have a really bad reputation in like the business and like just general society world. And so I think to me, like, a huge opportunity for me in being a Christian is like being able to be a Christian with excellence. Like, I can be at the top of my field, and for me it was like I can do really well in school and I can work really hard, and I think that people can respect when they find out that I'm a Christian, that is something that's important to me, and I will not answer emails on Sundays because that's my Sabbath, and people really come to respect that, and I feel like it's been really cool to get to be kind of a light in a world where very few people are Christians, and my bosses now are actually believers, and it's like a totally different world working for Christians than it is working for non-Christians.
That's awesome. So, talk about what are some ways you feel like God has really prepared you to do this work? Because being a lawyer is a tough job, and there's a lot of hard things that come up during your work. So, how do you feel like God has prepared you for all that?
I think for my hope to be in God and not in anything in this world has been really huge. I feel like when I would get a bad grade in law school or when I lost this job, like, those are still really hard things, but I think a lot of people that I see, that's their entire identity. It's like, well, if I don't make this amount of money, or if I don't get this job, or if I don't get married by this age or whatever it is, then like my life is over. And in the work that I do, you hear a lot of really hard stories, and I've done some work with CPS cases too, has been the other type of law that I've done. And so you hear really hard things, and so I think the Lord has made me more prepared for it by, I think every day is just a reminder that like the earth isn't our home. And I am just continually reminded, hearing like the brokenness in people's lives and what they need to prepare their families, or in CPS cases when kids were taken away from their parents. There's so much brokenness, and so to be able to go home and say, like, I did everything professionally I can, and spiritually I can pray for them, and that's all, I think makes it easier to let it go, because at the end of the day, like, none of their lives fall on me. I have to trust that the Lord will use me if he uses me, and if not, ideally he uses someone else.
Absolutely. So let's think back for a minute. In 2013, you were a sophomore/junior, however that worked out, right? And you went on a trip with our youth group. You went to Tulsa with us. That was the first year we went to Tulsa. It was a wild and crazy trip. But I remember we were sitting in that big youth room at the park, and you asked me, how do we do this back home? And I thought that was the coolest question a kid had ever asked me, and I was so excited. I was like, yes! And so
I got right, yeah.
That's right. I've done something maybe, and I remember I thought I would answer that question and be like, oh, well, we could maybe go and do this, and then you would just drop it, and you didn't. And so, thank you for not. You started an organization that became Mount Nebo. And I think some people here may be familiar with Mount Nebo, but talk a little bit about that journey and where you are with it right now.
Yeah, so I definitely, anytime I talk to donors about Mount Nebo, I credit it to that trip, actually. And I think for me, at that point, I would say in my faith, I was to a stage of really questioning what I believed. I feel like I kind of reached this age where I was around a lot of people that weren't Christians, and that like made some really good points that like led me to a lot of doubt. And I think I didn't understand that doubt could be okay, but to me it was like, oh, if I'm doubting God, I must not believe in God. And so to be honest, I signed up to go on that trip because I wanted a week away from my family, and it sounded like we had some fun stuff going on. And there were some cute boys that were gonna be on the trip. And like, I'm gonna be honest, those were like my few reasons for
I love
going.
the honesty.
Yeah. But I really credit that to being that trip, to being when I think the Lord changed my heart to not just be a Christian because I grew up going to church, but because that was like genuinely what I believed and what I wanted my life to look like. And I think for me, the moment, and I'm not sure if I'm sure you do remember this, but this is just what sticks in my head, is on that trip, on that Sunday at church, there was a woman that came up and asked for prayer, and she said, this past week, I wanted to kill myself because I'm so unhappy. And I didn't, and I'm here on Sunday, and I could really use some prayers that I won't kill myself this week, and I'll be here next Sunday. And for some reason, that was just like the moment for me of, this is like a real and vulnerable place. Like the church is a real and vulnerable place that people can show up as they are, and like this room genuinely believes that the Lord could change this woman's like heart and depression and struggle. And I just have like been moved to tears so many times since then thinking about that. And what I loved about urban ministry was I feel like that was a really vulnerable group of people that were like willing to show up as vulnerable people. And so I think that was like my motivation to talking to you about it, was like, I loved that. I loved the honesty of like, we are all struggling. Like, I know plenty of people that have struggled with suicidal ideation and suicide attempts. And that's become a way bigger part of not my personal story, but stories of people around me. And I think that the Lord prepared me for that, from that moment of like recognizing the way the Lord could change people's hearts. So it's a really long story, but I credit that moment and that trip to a big step in my faith still to this day. And so, yeah, came back, fast forward, I started an organization when I was a sophomore in college, and now it's still happening. COVID is like a weird time, but we're in 7 communities in the Austin area. We have 1 full-time staff member, 2 part-time staff members. I am not working full-time, but I'm on the board, and I try to go when I can, and I still have a group of girls that I mentor, that I've actually mentored for years. I think that you might have met some of them because I brought them to Brentwood before. And one of them just got into college, which is huge. So it's been really cool to like watch a lot of their victories. But the organization started as like a $15,000 a year nonprofit, and they're operating with about $300,000 right now, getting to minister to kids across Austin with about 200 volunteers. So it's ballooned into this like beautiful way to bring kind of that same vulnerability and openness and like trust that the Lord can heal people that we saw in Tulsa to Austin, where I think there was a gap.
Yeah, I think so many times we think about wanting to go and do that type of work, but we're scared. We don't really know where God is going to take us. You know, we just sang Oceans, Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders, right? Like there's no telling what's going to happen if we let the Spirit loose in our life. And so, did you think in that moment when you go, oh man, I need to do something about this, that it would end up being the way it is now?
Oh gosh, no. I think I was like pretty sure it would crash and burn, and it did at some points. Like, I mean, I remember I showed up and the kids looked at me, and I mean, like, I'm a white female, like pretty short, pretty high-pitched voice. I wore like Chacos and Nike shorts and like a big t-shirt, which I don't know if that's even cool anymore, like what people in high school wear.
I haven't been cool for a long time.
Yeah, I guess me either. And so, you know, I showed up and they were like, what are you doing here? Like, you don't belong here. And I think that was like a chance to just be like, okay, God, if this is something you feel strongly about, I'm here. And if not, keep sending me signs to like, let it go. And it started working. And so we stuck with it.
Yeah. Well, one last question for you, Riley. What are some things you would want some middle school and high school students to know about faith and letting God lead you?
Yeah. I think that I said no to a lot of things because they sounded scary, and things that grown-ups did, and dreams I had, but I was too scared to tell anybody. And I think if anything, what I've learned in the past year of a pandemic where like nothing in life goes according to plan, it's like we have one shot. And I think that like world changers are out there, and I think we all have a chance to, like, as Christians, be people that care about social justice, people that care about our neighbors, people that care about what's going on in the world, people that go into the business world and make change. And I think we're able to do those things as Christians so much better than non-Christians can do, because we have a hope that's in something so much greater than anything in this world. I think I wish that I had read my Bible more, which is so cliche, and I know like everybody says that and it sounds so cheesy, and I've definitely been bad about that lately, so I'm like not coming from a place of success with that. But I feel like there were so many times in early college that like I needed to preach to myself, and I had roommates that thankfully knew the Bible really well and were able to come to me and be like, the fact that you made a D on your first test in college does not mean that you're an utter failure. Like, you are a beloved child of God, and no matter what happens beyond that, like, that is still true. And so I wish I'd spent more time like preaching those things over myself and believing those things to be true. And I think just like not caring about things that didn't matter. Like, I spent so much time worrying about boys and grades and GPA and all of those things, and like that took up so much headspace. Like, I think I'm just beginning to see the level that like all of that stress can cause you, and that's all time that you're not thinking about what impact you can have. I've heard the quote, "Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last." And I feel like that's impacted me so much in the past year of like, I can worry about all of these things, but at the end of the day, I don't know how long the Lord has given me on earth, but I want every moment of it to count, and I want to grow the kingdom every day that I'm here on earth. And so I think even just taking time to like let the Spirit give you passions. Like, for me, it was urban ministry, and my passions have really become even more so about foster care. And I think if I hadn't let the Lord like nudge that and be like, this is important, like this is important to me and this should be important to you, I would have missed so much. And I think that about, I was so nervous to tell you that I wanted to do that in Austin, but I think just like being like, who the heck cares? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen, you know? I wish that I had done that a whole lot more, because I had to like work so hard to get up the nerve to even mention that to you, and then to even like bring it up to you again when I was in Austin. And it's like, why did I waste so much like headspace worrying about that?
Yeah, man, I love that. The only, what did you say? Only the hope in
Only
Christ.
one life 'twill soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last.
Only what's done for Christ will last. Awesome. Riley, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. And hope all is well with Seth and your dogs. And thanks for being an awesome Christian lawyer, proclaiming Christ with what you do. Everybody give it up for Riley, would you? We're all clapping for her.
Thank you so much, team. I appreciate you reaching out. Sounds good.
All right,
Bye.
see ya. Bye. All right, so we only have a couple more things here real quickly. First, I wanted to make an announcement, and then you've got a ticket coming in, right? Did you do that? Y'all are awake still, right? Okay, cool. Let's do the announcement, and then I forgot to tell Michelle how to do the ticket thing, so that's my bad. But we hire interns every year. We hired interns this past summer, and they were great. You probably didn't meet them, so that's a bummer. Thanks, COVID. But every year we hire interns. I've never had both interns hired as early as I have this year. The two people that I've hired are people that are local. Some of you have gone to school with these people. And so I want to tell you who they are. I've hired Jackson Kidd and Genevieve Gressley to be our interns this summer. And so I know you know Genevieve. She was in our youth group before and in our church since she was born. Jackson went to BCS, graduated this last year. He's a ministry major at Freed-Hardeman University. His dad is the youth minister at Westside Church of Christ up in Round Rock, and his mom teaches third grade here. And so you may have seen Jackson around. So Jackson and Genevieve are going to be our interns this summer, and I am super pumped about that. They are going to do a great job. So if you know them, you're friends with them on social media, or you have their phone number or something, text them and be like, what? I'm so pumped. So do that, if you will. I want to pray with you, and then we are done tonight. We went over, I'm sorry. Next week, we will do more games, more worship together, and I've got my friend Sean who's going to come and talk to us, Sean, through Zoom. Sean is an editor for Dude Perfect. That's pretty cool. So come next week and hear Sean talk about that. But let's pray tonight and we'll be done. God, we are very thankful for all the ways that you've blessed us, and thank you for letting us be together tonight. We pray that you'll bring peace and healing to our world. We pray that you will help us to be people who bring peace to our world. God, we pray that you'll help us to have a heart like Riley's, that will be open to what the Spirit is doing in our life. God, sometimes, like she said, she went on that trip and she wasn't in a great place, but you are able to work through us no matter what kind of place we're in spiritually. And we're so thankful for that, God. We're so thankful that you don't give up on us and that you continually give us the opportunity to be your children. And so, God, help us this week to go and do that, to be your child, to let your Spirit lead us without borders. Thank you so very much for Jesus Christ and his gift of love for us. And we pray this in his name, and together we say, amen. All right, thank you for being here. Let's go.